Everything you need to get set for investing in the Dar es Salaam Stock Exchange this week, straight from the city of Dar es Salaam. Good morning, everyone. This is A Trader DSE Weekly Update. We appreciate your tuning in. We really do. Now let's get straight into it. All right, let's start with the most liquid shares. Now, these are the shares that were the easiest to buy and sell last week, and they include the following. At number 1, we have CRDB accounting for 95% of the total volume traded for the week. At number 2, we have National Investment Limited, Nicole, accounting for 1% of the total volume traded for the week. And finally, at number 3, we have the Dar es Salaam Stock Exchange accounting for also 1% of the total volume traded for the week. Now, last week, the all-share index closed at 1,875.05 on Friday, which was a 0.83 decrease compared to Monday's 1,890.72. Now, this was mostly attributed by changes in the bank's finance and investment sector, as well as the industrial and allied sector, but also in the commercial services sector. And from the bank's finance and investment sector, we can see that CRDB shares have gone up in value by 2.60% this week. And we shall explore one of the possible factors that led into this shortly in the company news section. Now, from the industrial and allied sector, we can see that TPCC, which is Tanzania Portland Cement Company, Twiga Cement, shares have gone up in value by 2.15% this week, of which we shall also explore the possible factors that had led to this shortly in the company news section. And finally, in the commercial services sector, we see Swissport going up by 11.11%. Now, they've continued to show a bullish trend, perhaps due to recovery in its cargo and handling business as a result of increased airline travel activity after the COVID-19 pandemic, when it was at its peak during 2020. Which resulted into Swissport shares showing a 40% appreciation in price value from 1,000 shillings in January 2022 to 1,400 per share as of last week, Friday. So this means, let's quickly look into it. If you had invested 10 million in the company at the start of the year, your shares would be worth 14 million as of July 15th, securing 4 million in capital gains. All right, guys, moving on to company news. Now, on Thursday, 14th July, Tanzania Portland Cement Company released their 2022 half-year results, which shot up their share prices on the very same day by 1.6% to close at 3,800 shillings from 3,740 shillings. Now, here's a quick snapshot of their financials. Now, starting off with sales revenue, we noticed an increase by 8.1%, and this is, as the name suggests, it comes from cement sales from the period. Now, some cement types manufactured and sold by the company include Twiga Extra, Twiga Ordinary, and Twiga Plus. So basically, this means that during this time period, they had made more sales of these different cement types. Now, the company's net profit also went up by 2.2% in this period. This is the profit after paying off all of the direct expenses incurred while manufacturing the cements, as well as after deducting operating expenses, including selling and marketing expenses. Their net profit margin, however, had gone down by 5.5%, as the percentage of net profit to sales in June 2022 had gone down in comparison to June 2021. Now, this could be due to the company's cost of production increasing faster than the rate that their sales revenue increases. And as we've mentioned earlier, a company's profits are affected by the cost that it incurs as well. And finally, when we look at the company's return on assets, it had gone down by 5.1%, comparing the period in 2021 and the same period in 2022. Now, this could be because it had invested in an asset or invested in assets that have not paid off yet, since we see their total assets as well have increased in the period by 7.4%. Now, some of the company's assets include fixed assets such as production machinery and equipment, as well as their non-fixed assets such as inventory, which is their cements, debtors, and as well as their cash. Now, we also have some company news from CRDB, one of the banking giants. They had received the Best Bank in Tanzania award at the Euromoney's Awards for Excellence. This award recognizes the bank's competence in the finance sector within the country, and the last time that CRDB had received this award was back in 2014. So congrats and big up to CRDB Bank for representing us.
Alright, let us move on to Treasury bond trading, where last week the most traded Treasury bonds were the 20-year Treasury bonds offering the old coupon rates. And if we look at the 20-year treasury bond with the old coupon rates, we can see that they were traded with premium prices, with the most expensive one being traded at 124.5002 shillings per unit as of Monday. And these prices led to the following average yield trend we can see over here. Now, on the 20th of July, there's going to be an auction for a 7-year treasury bond offering a coupon rate of 9.48% per annum. The total amount needed by the government is 130.72 billion Tanzanian shillings, and the minimum bid size for an investor to participate in this market is 1 million Tanzanian shillings. The last time a bond like this was auctioned was on the 27th April 2022, and here are the highlights. It was undersubscribed by 80 billion Tanzanian shillings, and being undersubscribed means that investors came forth with way less money than the government needed, and this was largely because investors in the DSE preferred to invest in longer-term treasury bonds, which offer higher coupons, such as the 20-year treasury bonds as well as the 25-year treasury bonds. The minimum price to go through was 98 shillings per unit, and this was a discounted price, meaning that there were investors who were willing to lend their money to the government at 1.94%, less than the amount needed by the government. The government had also chosen to go with these auctions from that price onwards, as they would have to incur a lower cost of capital when financing the borrowing they've taken. Now let us move on to upcoming treasury bond auctions, where over here we can see the timetable showing the upcoming treasury bonds for the new government fiscal year 2022-2023. And with that said, thank you very much for choosing A-Trade as your partner to financial freedom. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platform or check us out on our website at www.atrader.co.tz. Have a great week ahead and karibuni sana.